beat Niigata Albrechts. It was a complete blowout in which they won by 39 points. Well, they did start with Sebastian Saiz, Gavin Edwards, Josh Duncan, Shuta Hara, and Sato Takuma. Now, I'll be very interested to see if they change that lineup. Well, there is their head coach, Atsushi Ono, a very well-experienced basketball coach here in Japanese basketball. She finished his playing career back in 2010. As now we take a look at the hosts, Shibuya, Sunrockers Shibuya, excuse me. Well, apologies for that technical issue there. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us here in Tokyo, Japan for this game between our hosts, Sunrockers Shibuya, and the visitors, Chiba Jets. Well, Ryan Kelly, one of the top performers here in the B-League. What a matchup he'll have against Sebastian Saiz and possibly Josh Duncan. Don't go anywhere, as we're now set for tip live here. It's B-League basketball. Well, the tip is going to be interesting now because it looks like Ryan Kelly's going to jump, I believe, with Sebastian Saiz. Well, Sebastian Saiz, as we've seen so many times for the Spanish national team in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers and the Eurobasket qualifiers. But it will be the Chiba Jets who get the first possession here in the first quarter. Well, here comes the pick and roll sequence now with Ryan Kelly as he gives this one up. Well, they're looking to throw the ball down low to Charles Jackson. Goes down the middle now, hangs in the air. Jackson with the offensive rebound, and Jackson follows up. Well, Charles Jackson, one of the more experienced players here in the B-League. Well, had a very, very good career, of course, playing for Telecom Baskets Bonn back in 2019, where he also played in the Basketball Champions League. So a player with a wealth of experience. But a foul has been called. Well, Shuta Hara, that came off the screen, but it looks like they're going to call the foul. That's a tough, tough play there. Looking for a dribble handoff sequence. Togashi now almost turns it over. They keep it alive. And now just a few seconds here on the shot clock. Has to pull up for a tough shot. Way off the mark. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Chiba Jets ball. They get the wide open look now. Takes a penetration down the middle. Bit of a hard hook. Goes in with a finger roll. Now Jackson tries to follow up. It's a beautiful finger roll. Well, Kosuke Ishii took that one down the middle and just laid that one up uncontested. Togashi now looking to give this one up down the middle. Saiz all the way. Throws it down. Well, Sebastian Saiz, one thing we've seen him do in and out of his time playing basketball in Europe is Ryan Kelly pulls up for the mid-range. And Ryan Kelly already going to work. Well, the host now with a 6-2 lead so far. Tries in another follow-up there by Sebastian Saiz. That's going to be a problem now for the Sunrockers. They've got to put a body on him and box him out. Tries to go off the backboard now. Goes out of bounds, and it will be possession now to the Chiba Jets. Well, probably took 1-2, but he steps in that situation. But then again, went out of bounds. They were unable to come up with a rebound. Let's pick a pop now with Sebastian Saiz. Now Saiz has all 4 points. Tries to go in the low block against Kelly. Has to dish this one out. Turns it over. And now we got a bit of fast break here. Down the middle. Take off. Throws it down. What a bit of Showtime basketball there from Charles Jackson. Well, Charles Jackson, as we mentioned, we saw him do that time and time again for Telecom Basketball in the Basketball Champions League back in 2019. And now just showing the ability to go coast to coast. Well, Charles Jackson with another steal. Has in transition one more time. Jackson all the way. Fangirl Charles Jackson is taking this game over. And right now, Chiba Jets have to call timeout because it has been the Charles Jackson show. Well, watch Jackson here on defense. Puts his hand in the cookie jar. Comes up with a loose ball. Now this is a bit of Magic Johnson here. Finger roll time by Charles Jackson. Well, Jackson, of course, now you can see being the one playmaker for the Sunrockers. That's one thing when you've got a big man who plays the 5 spot who can run the floor, cause all sorts of problems for his team. But again, it's all down to the defense. Right now, Chiba Jets trying to run everything through Sebastian Saiz. They need to get other players involved. Probably a little bit more pick and roll for Yuki Togashi. Well, Josh Duncan as well, who also averages 13 points per game here in the B-League. One player that size is definitely going to go in favor of Chiba Jets, but they're going to have to make sure they don't turn the ball over. A little bit of full court pressure now. Causing all sorts of problems now. Great defense here by Sunrockers. Good ball movement now under the basket. Reverse slip. Oh, beautifully tucked away by Sato Takuma. Well, Sato Takuma there avoided the block and did an excellent job making the layup. Back down the other end, Charles Jackson drawing the foul. Looks like the foul's going to be called on Shuta Hara. Well, Hara has no argument there whatsoever. He had his hands up, made very aggressive contact. Penetration out down the middle. Somehow, someway gets to the basket. That's a strong move. Well, he avoided all contact, avoided the block, and again, did a great job there. Hara now on the ball, trying to look for options. Gives this one up to Saiz. Back to Togashi. Togashi goes down the middle. Great pass, beautiful play. Well, it all started with the backdoor cut there by Shuta Hara. Well, Hara did fantastic there, but again, a great pass. coming from Yuki Togashi. 3 is up in the corner. 3 is tucked away. Right now, Hitachi Sunrockers Shibuya lighting the gym up as they now have a 7-point lead here in the first quarter. Love pass, alley-oop under the basket, can't get it. And now, Sunrockers will push. Well, they made 1 3-pointer, takes another one. Got it! It is raining threes right now here in Tokyo. Kosuke Ishii from downtown. Well, now Chiba Jets here. After respond, they try another 3-point. All of a sudden, they respond down the other end. And Yuki Togashi from downtown. Well, both teams now, you can understand why they're in the top half here in the Western Conference of the B-League. I mean, playing with so much confidence. Well, there's another deep 3. Well, if that went in, that could have been a buffet here of 3-pointers. But right now, Togashi's going to push this one in transition. Beautiful pass down low, finds Duncan. Duncan gets his own rebound, and Duncan puts it back. Well, Josh Duncan just too strong, just too big, but simply just too good. And that's going to be a problem now for the Hitachi Sunrockers Shibuya. They got to put a body on Josh Duncan, make sure they box him out. Kelly now looks like he's going to go pick and roll. Back to action. Jackson. Jackson gets fouled. And Charles Jackson's going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. A foul is going to be called on Sebastian Saiz. Beautiful pick and roll then. It's a nice little dish-off pass. Down low, so now it will be 2 shots to Action Jackson. Well, the pass, of course, coming from Kohei Sakino. But now, Sunrockers is going to make a few changes into the game as Kenta Hirose comes in. Well, Jackson makes the first free throw. Well, Jackson, of course, started his professional career in New Zealand back in 2015 for the New Zealand Breakers before returning back to the G League, but then came back to Europe in later stage of 2016 in Turkey and made the move to Shibuya back in 2019 as he makes both free throws now. Watanabe also checks into the game for the Sunrockers. Well, it's pick and roll time now with Duncan and Togashi. Cross-court pass. Spins around now. Oh, turns it over. And now, Sunrockers Kelly. Bit of contact with a Fangirl. Can't get it. Rims out to get the offensive rebound. Gets rejected. Well, Josh Duncan said, not in my house. Well, Josh Duncan did so well there on defense to deny the easy basket down low. The foul there is on Shuto Tawatari. So we'll be sideline ball now to the Chiba Jets. Togashi now down the middle, kicks out. Had the wide open look, didn't take it, goes in with a floater. Poor shot in the end. Well, Shibuya Sunrockers there. Get away with that one, a bit of contact. Now, question is, offensive foul's going to be called. Well, Kenta Hirose tried to go in and make the contact, but, I mean, watch the defensive play here. Hirose goes in. Great defense there by Shuto Hara. Hara just standing his ground outside the semicircle and avoiding the foul to be called there, so we'll be possession now to the Chiba Jets. Gets it up and a beautiful play. Well, a little bit too easy there. The Sunrockers definitely need to up their defense in the moment because right now Chiba Jets getting too many good looks down low. Watanabe now on the ball. Tries to make a little penetration, but kicks this one out. The 3 is up in the corner, no good. Secures a rebound, and he catches that one on the floor, but now Togashi will try to push this. Well, Togashi will pull up for the 3-pointer, can't get it. Chiba Jets secure the rebound. Well, now we're under 10 the shot clock. They got to get something going. Comes another pick and roll sequence. He's got to shoot it from downtown. The three is up. No good. Oh, offensive rebound, but 24-second violation has been called. Well, the shot came from Shannon Shorter, but right now, another change is Raita Akaho is going to come into the game for Chiba Jets along with number 15, Yoshiaki Fujinaga. Sunrockers now leading by 5 points here. Just over 3 minutes ago as Kelly now is on the ball. Well, Kelly's going to isolate. Pump fakes, a bit of contact. Well, that's a smart play there by Ryan Kelly. Well, there's the reason he averages 20 points per game here in the B-League. Well, he did such a good job there. I mean, watch, he's got Gavin Edwards with the pump fake. Edwards, no chance whatsoever. And now Ryan Kelly's going to go to the free throw line for 3 shots. Well, Ryan Kelly now at the free throw line, a former Duke University Blue Devil, finishing in 2013, but was also drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2013 NBA draft. Well, after his brief stint with the Los Angeles Defenders in the NBA G League, played for the Atlanta Hawks in 2016, but also made the move out to Spain in 2017, where he played for Real Betis Energia Plus, for finally spending the last few seasons here in Japan for the Sunrockers Shibuya here in Tokyo. NCAA champion back in 2010 with the Blue Devils. A man with a lot of experience, and as we said, one of the top scorers here in the B-League, averaging 20 points per game. As he now goes to the bench, takes a break. It's Charles Action Jackson's back into the game now for the Hitachi Sunrockers Shibuya. Saiz now looking for a handoff. Akaho there draws the foul. Smart play there by Akaho. We did just enough there just to draw the contact here on the dribble handoff. And again, it's a clever play. Shorter now. Fades away in the mid-range. Can't get it. Jackson with the rebound. And now we're under 3 minutes to go here. Oh, poor pass there. Shorter comes up with a loose ball. Now here, can push in transition. Edwards now backs down. Goes down the middle, puts up a little jump hook. Gavin Edwards going to work. Well, Gavin Edwards having a good season so far for the Chiba Jets. He averages 12 points per game. And again, that's a good move there for the Chiba Jets, trying to isolate, use their size down low in the low block, and really make the Sunrockers pay. Jackson now catches on the baseline. Tawatari now pulls up for a tough shot, and Tawatari nails it! Well, Tawatari playing with so much confidence as he puts the Shibuya Sunrockers up by 8 points. Good ball movement now, the kick out coming from Edwards. The three's in the corner, no good. Well, James McAdoo secured the rebound. Morihisa now comes off a screen with Jackson. Morihisa kicks this one out. Well, Morihisa will try his luck from downtown. He can't get it. Rebound by Akaho, and now Chiba Jets will push this one. Akaho kicking this one out to Shorter. Well, why not? Edwards from downtown. Can't get it. McAdoo with a rebound, and now with just over 1 minute to go here in the first quarter is the Shibuya Sunrockers Shibuya, excuse me, are now leading this one by 8 points. Well, the pick and roll sequence goes baseline, tries to kick out down the middle. I'm not sure if they called a foul there or a 3-second violation on Charles Jackson, but well, no, the foul was called in favor, so it looks like Action Jackson's going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Watanabe is going to come back into the game now for the Sunrockers. Shutahara will also come back into the Chiba Jets. So, sorry, it's not free throws. It will be baseline ball. We're 14 on the shot clock now for Sunrockers Shibuya. Falls to the ground now, turns it over. Down the middle and has to kick out. They got to get the shot up. Jackson with the fadeaway, can't get it. Big time rebound by Sebastian Saiz. Now Fujinaga on the ball. Cross court pass. Time and space, he's got to shoot, he's wide open. Well, he hesitated on that one, but he should have shot it the first time. And now, 2 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so pick and roll sequence, another turnover. Sebastian Saiz comes up with it. Saiz, Euro step all the way. Sebastian Saiz goes in with a finger roll. The end of the first quarter. Sunrockers Shibuya were leading by 8 points, but now it's been cut down to 6 points thanks to the steal there by Sebastian Saiz. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the, as we commence the second quarter here in this B-League fixture, the Western Conference between, as we commence the second quarter here in this B-League fixture, the Western Conference between our hosts, Sunrockers Shibuya, and the visitors, the Chiba Jets. Well, at the moment, Sunrockers Shibuya leading by 6 points. They did turn the ball over there in the last few seconds. Sebastian Saiz was the player that came up with the loose ball, the steal, and laid that one up, but right now, Chiba Jets will start the second quarter with the first possession here. Well, tempo is going to be key for both these two teams. They want to try and finish this game going into the second half, excuse me. Strong as possible. Saiz now looking to back down against Ryan Kelly. Kicks this one out. Tries to spin out against Charles Jackson. Pump fakes in the lane. A reverse layup. Strong move. Well, that's just a tough play. Cuts it down to a 4-point ball game. Down the middle now, kicks this one out. In the lane now, pump fakes under the basketball. Gets rejected. He said, not in my house. Jackson with the rebound. Gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Charles Jackson cleaning up with every rebound right now. Let me watch this play. The pump fakes right there, but look at the rejection. Get out of my house. But Jackson, when you got to play it like that, there was the contact, and there was the foul. Well, Josh Duncan there, you can see with the first block, again, was unable to come up with a loose ball there. But the problem right now that the Chiba Jets are having, they're just not blocking out, and you can't allow Charles Jackson to get any rebounds because he will dominate this part of the game. Charles Jackson usually averages about 8.5 rebounds a game, along with his 15.9 points. So, again, it could be a problem for the Chiba Jets if they're not able to contain the rebounds and keep him off the boards. Second quarter play now here. You can see Chiba Jets cross-court pass. Turns it over. Jackson now with his third steal of the game. Transition. Turns it right back over. Great defensive play there. Dishes that one off with an easy little layup. Well, sloppy passage of play there. Well, Josh Duncan was hoping to get the ball there from Fujinaga for the dunk. Alley-oop time! Oh, baby! Ryan Kelly catches that one in midair. You might as well take a vacation and fly Ryan Kelly Airlines. Well, what a play there. And now Sebastian Saiz on the ball. Backs down against Kelly. Saiz fades away. One-legged, nothing but net by Sebastian Saiz. And now Jackson trying to get ahead there. And Ryan Kelly with the ball in his hand. Comes off one screen now, kicks this ball out. Pulls up in the mid-range. Doesn't get Saiz with a rebound. Chiba Jets now trailing by 4 points. Possible chance to cut into the deficit here. Splits the defense now. Good play under the basket. Oh, he missed it. Beautiful play. Well, Josh Duncan's got to finish that one because it was a beautiful setup there by Fujinaga. Three is in the corner. Three is good. And right now, Sunrockers Shibuya lighten this game up. Well, look at the build-up here. The fast break basketball kicks it in the corner. Nails it from downtown. And the home side starting to build in confidence right now as Kosuke Ishii nails that one. Well, right now, Sunrockers Shibuya in control again in this game as they have a 7-point lead over the Chiba Jets. Well, the tempo has been so exciting, Ren. One thing these two teams can really help themselves out is to minimize the amount of times they turn the ball over. I mean, they're playing some fantastic basketball at the moment. Well, here comes the dribble handoff. Now pick and roll sequence with Sebastian Saiz. Back to Saiz. Saiz pulls the trigger from downtown. Doesn't get it. Goes out of bounds. And it will be Sunrockers' possession. Well, that was a pick and pop sequence there executed, but again, they weren't able to knock it down. Sunrockers now looking to go to their bench and make some more changes. Shot is up, no good now. Saiz with a rebound. And this is where Chiba Jets want to try and take some control over the game, get back in this one to draw another foul. Well, Leo Vendrame there with the reach from behind. And he now will go to the bench to take a breather. That's his second personal foul of the game. Sideline ball now to the Chiba Jets. Shannon Shorter looks like he's going to inbound and look. James McAdoo averages 10.6 points per game. He checks back into the game now for the Sunrockers Shibuya. Ishimura now gives it up. Edwards. Oh my Lord! Goodness gracious! Somebody just tell me what is on the menu, because it's a throwdown time from Gavin Edwards. Bit of a hard knock there, and it looks like a foul is going to be called. I mean, there's not too much in that, too much just contact to the head. So, again, the foul has been called. Well, going back to the previous play, of course, Gavin Edwards coming into this game and giving that one a monster throwdown. Pick and roll sequence now. Has a bit of time and space and takes a shot, can't get it. Saiz with a rebound. And now the ball's in the hands of Shannon Shorter. Shorter comes off one screen, kicks out. Takes a penetration now under the basket, finds Shorter. Shorter beautifully tucked away. And now they cut it back down to a three-point ball game. And all of a sudden, Chiba Jets growing in confidence. McAdoo under the basket. Oh, beautiful give and go. Well, who was guarding him? Because he was wide open under the basket. Ryunosuke Watanabe, nobody contesting his layup. Foul has been called for reaching. Foul is going to be called on Kenta Hirose. Well, Hirose, watch right there. There's the reach. Hirose looks at the referee to say, where was the foul? He had no arguments whatsoever. As now we're just under halfway here in the second quarter. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these two teams here in the Western Conference of the B-League. The Chiba Jets flying so far right now in second position. While the Sunrockers Shibuya are hosts here in Tokyo, they must win this game to get themselves back in the contention for that playoff spot. Remember, the wild card in favor of these two teams as the Western Conference, a much stronger division. But now Gavin Edwards looking to hand off. Well, Edwards is wide open. Turns it over. Well, he's got Watanabe ahead of him. Gives up to Kelly. And now the Sunrockers Shibuya will slow this one down. McAdoo now got it by Saiz. Can't get it. No foul called. Shannon Shorter comes up with it. Transition play here. Shorter goes all the way. No foul call, but it goes out of bounds, and it will be Chiba Jets ball. Well, Shannon Shorter there is having a little bit of a frustrating evening there. Well, that's a tough one, but I mean, good defense, of course, by Ryan Kelly and by James McAdoo. Hands up there. Very disciplined defense there by both of the big fellas. So now will be a baseline ball here to the Chiba Jets. Saiz now pulls up in the mid-range. Can't get it. He is struggling from the field. Kelly now pulls up from downtown and nails that one. And that is why he is one of the best players here in the B-League. Averages 20 points per game. And Kelly just lets it fly from downtown. Shannon Shorter now comes off one screen down to Saiz. Saiz gets rejected. Well, the block coming from James McAdoo. McAdoo denying Sebastian Saiz under the basket. And now Kelly's made one three-pointer. Kelly now pump fakes. Give and go under the basket. Turn it over. Oh, he gets it back. Turns it over again, but no, they recover one more time. And this game is just going back and forth right now. And McAdoo just turns it over. Oh, we got a timeout now as these two teams want to talk it over. But right now, Sunrockers Shibuya winning this game by 8 points, 37-29 over Chiba Jets. Both these two teams, of course, in heavy contention for a playoff spot here in the B-League. One of them more likely to be getting the wild card. Remember, the Western Conference, very, very competitive. Utsunomiya Brex, arguably the best team so far this year in the B-League. Well, 4:28 to go here and now in the second quarter. Sunrockers Shibuya lead this one by 8 points. Ryan Kelly leading the way so far along with Charles Jackson. But big plays, of course, coming from Kosuke Ishii. And Keita Hirose coming off the bench as well. But it will be a baseline ball now to the hosts. So it looks like Watanabe is going to inbound this one. And the turnover comes. McAdoo trying to attack the basket, but lost control of the basketball. All right, turn it over again. Oh, poor play there. All the way. Gets rejected, but the follow-up, and I think they're going to call the foul. Well, great defensive play there. I mean, nobody saw the pass coming, but he came up with a loose ball. Try to contest that one back. Gavin Edwards, I think, is going to get called for the foul there, possibly. So to my knowledge, the basket will not count because I thought there was a touch on the backboard, which if there was, the 2 points would count, but looks like they're just going to call a foul, so now it's going to be 2 free throw shots. Well, it makes the first one. Well, Kosuke Ishii has been a pivotal part now for the Sunrockers Shibuya. Of course, he starts regularly for them. He averages 7.1 points per game here in the B-League. Putting himself in contention, obviously, for that call-up for Coach Lamas and the Japanese national team for the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers that will be returning as Yuki Togashi comes back into the game now for Chiba Jets. Well, Togashi now in the backcourt. Three-second violation. Oh, it looks like they've called a foul actually on Watanabe. Well, 10-point lead now to the Sunrockers Shibuya. Now watch Shorter hit. Well, quite frankly there, Watanabe got beat to the spot. And if Watanabe wasn't holding onto it with 2 hands, the foul wouldn't have been called. It's now another change as Morihisa Yamauchi comes back into the game now for the Hitachi Sunrockers. Handoff now with Gavin Edwards. Togashi, such a quick ball handler. Double crossover. So Gashi nails it. Well, that is just a tough play because double crossover, still got the shot off. I mean, I've called some games in international basketball. Yuki Togashi's done some incredible stuff. I mean, we're talking 360 layups, but that is just how good a player he is. Well, another foul is going to be called here. Foul is on number 5. On Shigehiro Taguchi there for the reach-in. Well, he's got to stay down and stay disciplined in that situation. Try not to... Down low down to action. Jackson's getting triple teamed. Can't get it. They come up with a loose ball, and now Chiba Jets can try to push this one with under 3.5 to go. Togashi's just playing at a different speed. Togashi now still with the ball in his hands. Kicks this one out to Shorter. Pick and roll play here. I almost turned it over. Well, backcourt violation. But I think what they're trying to say here is that Shorter is trying to say James McAdoo got a touch. Now watch here. Shorter comes off his foot. Oh, that's a backcourt violation, yeah. Because McAdoo does not touch the ball until Shannon Shorter's touched it. So that rightfully so should be Sunrockers Shibuya ball. Now hopefully James McAdoo's okay. It looks like he took a shot to the face. Oh, his tooth has come out. That is not good. Well, James McAdoo, for his hustle and his effort, has just told the medical staff that his tooth has come out. So they need to find his tooth somewhere, and he needs to go to the dentist pretty quickly. Well, you got to love a player like James McAdoo on your team. I mean, the ball was on the floor, diving on the floor, showing the hunger and determination to come up. And I think all the players right now are looking for James McAdoo's tooth. I think the officials now, again, just wiping the floor of any sweat just to make sure that the surface is not dangerous to play on. At the same time, I still think they're looking for James McAdoo's tooth that has come out, and hopefully he's going to be okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is number 2, Yuki Togashi, who, if you haven't seen him already, he's featured for the Japanese national team throughout the FIBA World Cup qualifiers leading up to 2019, and hopefully we'll see him this summer for the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers that will be coming up in June. One of the best backcourt players for the Japanese national team, along with players such as Shinoyama. Now we're under a few seconds. They got to force up a 3. The 3 is good from downtown. Well, nails that one. They've been leading him wide open too much from the perimeter. Right now, it's back to a 10-point lead to the Sunrockers. Good ball movement now. Goes baseline, had the shot, reverse layup. Smooth move. Oh, Shuta Hara took that one baseline. Avoided the block from Charles Jackson. Jackson now backs down, kicks out to Ryan. I thought Kelly was going to shoot that one. Jackson all the way. Gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Well, the foul is on Josh Duncan there. Well, that's a tough one, but I think what the official has seen in that call is, now Duncan did have his right arm up, but if you look at his left arm, the left arm was down low, and if there's any contact with the lower body, that's where the foul has come. So it's a very, very tough one, but that is the rules of international basketball. Once you get beat to the spot, or a player has beaten you to the position, at that point, you got to keep your hands up and away from all contact to avoid a foul. Well, Duncan secures the rebound, and now it's a 9-point lead to the Sunrockers Shibuya. 2:20 to go here in the first half. Shannon Shorter makes a penetration. Shorter kicks this one out. Hara has to kick this one out to Togashi. Togashi looking to isolate. Back to Gavin Edwards. Down low, turns it over. It's Charles Jackson now with his 4th steal of the game. Well, Kelly, now you cannot leave him wide open, and that's why Ryan Kelly averages 20 points per game here in the B-League. Well, he will light this gym up as he now puts Sunrockers Shibuya up by 12 points. Togashi now gives up to Gavin Edwards. The Chiba Jets, not a lot of movement off the ball. Again, Hara making a penetration, looking for somebody, but again, just not playing with each other. Gavin Edwards goes all the way. That's something they've missed all game long. As Edwards made that strong move as Jackson goes all the way. No foul called. Togashi now dishes off. Duncan goes in. Duncan gets fouled. And now he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, that's much better transition basketball here from the Chiba Jets, noticing that they're down by double digits. Togashi dishing that one off, and Duncan going in, but Duncan's got to score that and make it an and-1. Josh Duncan now going to step up to the free throw line, standing at 6'8", 203 centimeters. Originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, went to Xavier University. Now his first professional job in basketball started in France when he was playing for Alain Bonnet Powerthé. Played in Israel for Hapoel Jerusalem. Also played in Germany too for Broj Bamberg. His final season was in 2018 in Turkey before signing with the Chiba Jets in 2018 that summer. Now Jackson trying to get the ball in the low block. They don't get the ball to him. They find Kelly now. Kelly backing down and gets Shannon's shoulder. Has a size mismatch. Spins around. Kelly kicks this one out. They turn it over. Keep it alive. 1 second. Had to throw that one up. No good. Well, now this is good for the Chiba Jets because they could possibly, with 49.8 seconds left, go 2 for 1 here. And what I mean by 2 for 1 is if they can score here before hitting the 24-second mark and play good defense on the next possession, they could probably end up with the final shot of the first half. Well, definitely the one player you want the ball in the hands of is Yuki Togashi. Togashi now. Well, they get the three. The three is up. The three is way off the mark. Well, it was a good look by Shuta Hara, but again, you'd expect him to knock that shot down, as now we have 8 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Kelly now kicks out in the corner. You gotta get a shot off. Fades away. Doesn't get it. Now 6 seconds left. Togashi with the ball in his hands. Togashi crosses over. Togashi shoots it. Doesn't get it. Now the shot will not count, but ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, Sunrockers Shibuya leading this one by 8 points over Chiba Jets. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the halftime interview, we will just leave you with some highlights from the first half. But ladies and gentlemen, while you look at the highlights, get a drink, go get something to eat. Don't go anywhere too long, as we will be back very shortly for the second half now of this B-League fixture between our hosts, Sunrockers Shibuya, and the visitors, the Chiba Jets, a Western Conference matchup here as we edge close to the B-League playoffs here in Japanese basketball.
Shooter with another jumper. Misfires. Kyle Hunt might have had an ankle injury there. Nice stop. Nice spin. Once again, nice lead pass from Karimata. Finds Nomoto.
Now here we go, folks. Buckle them up. The final seconds ticking off the clock. Oh, they pass down low. They get a layup. Incredible. And then great pass by Ryan Kelly. Flings it off the backboard. Oh, nice. Razzle-dazzle play from Mr. Okada. Just balling, wasn't he? Looking to go to town.
Move now in Suzuki. Puts it up, will miss. Nick pushes it forward. They've got some chance here. Ravenna all by his lonesome. Heath with another rebound and slam. Still trying to find your rhythm and working on that chemistry with your teammates. Another perfect pass. Back-to-back slams here for Jordan Heath. Fazekas with the board. No foul called. Eye in the sky play works. Heath puts that one down.
Tries to go baseline now all the way. Wrap around left. Oh my Lord. Somehow, some way.
First possession to the Golden Kings. Fantasista. Nice no-look pass! That is going to make the highlight reel. Watch it again. Over the head. Cooley gets fouled. Kanemaru already with a three-pointer here. He's trying to add to it. Nice handoff there to Heath. Heath with the slam. Ogashi hands it off. Shuta's going to have to put this one up. Does and hits! Timely basket there from Shutahara. So Chuchi's actually just got 3 points. Shinoyama with just a basket. And it is... Will they go for another 2 for 1? Ogashi hands it up. Excellent play. Big slam there. These two teams have been wanting to get back onto the court with a big slam here. Nice attack there once again by Shuto Ando. He's got 4 points in the ball game. A lot of times they've got Ravenna there to help out. But Ravenna is not playing here today. McAdoo there with a big slam through traffic. Watch this. A real statement. Gonna try to make his move. Kelly inside. No. Put back works. 0.2 seconds remain. McAdoo with a big rebound and put back. Seconds remain. Watch it here again. They went to Kelly as expected. Kelly short. Ota couldn't get the rebound. And that just could be it. Yelovac can't grab the handle. Not sure if that was a pass, but in the end, it's a slam here for Ryan Kelly. To get the lead right back. Two-man game. Kawashima. Double team. That's a nice find inside. That was a breakdown in defense. Toyama doesn't need to foul. They can get this back with a good defensive stop. Three-pointer away. That is money. What a great shot. He has really had so much difficulty with the bigger guards. Hunt inside. Jumper is going to drop. Trying to make their move. Shot clock is at 6. It's now at 4. There's a breakdown in defense. 7 seconds remain in this ball game. Quick move. Nice getaway inside. Quick move there by Hashimoto. Just a 2-point lead enjoyed here by Tokyo. Eye in the sky play works. Hunt put that one down. And it's a 3-point play in the offing. There they go once again. Another missed opportunity with the inbound and a slam there.
And let's go on to the next segment of the show. Here, we will be explaining and introducing to the viewers attractions of the B.LEAGUE that are not well known yet. It's called What's Up, B.LEAGUE? For our third time, we will introduce the project heading into their 10th year. Point 3, B-HOPE, Hands Up Project. B.LEAGUE HOPE is about community services off the court, which the league has been making efforts from day one. Hands Up Project is a part of that B.LEAGUE HOPE, organized to always remember, never forget. Think about what each of us can do, and take an action to face the unsolved issues still left from the post-earthquake. Because it has been exactly 10 years since the devastating Tohoku earthquake that happened on March 11, 2011. They are planning to support the Tohoku area clubs such as Fukushima, Sendai, Ibaraki, and Iwate. There will be awareness-raising activities that involves with the help from every club organizations to face the post-earthquake issues. Holding basketball camps and clinics, inventing a program to learn about disaster prevention while playing basketball for local children. Allow me to share my thoughts. It's been 10 years since the earthquake, but it's only 10 years. There's still people out there that needs help and support. It makes huge difference, but it's very important for each of us to be involved. It could be a very tiny things, but when each of us do those tiny things, it adds up to something big. And that's what we need from everybody, including myself. And lastly, I'm very thankful for your love and support from all over the world.
間外ホーキンソン、さらに外ヤンジェミン、ヤンジェミンドライブ、ここは決めましたヤンジェミン。
いいですね、積極的ですね。
ヤンジェミンかわして決めました。
いいですね、積極的ですね。
西山ゴール下振り切って外で回してヤンジェミンのスリーポイント、ヤンジェミンにも今日も来た。さあヤンジェミン、ここゴリゴリいく、葛原ついてます。葛原も体強いんですが、その上行きました。また得点。
いいですね。
信州はそれを防ぎに行くということにはなるんですけれども、ヤンジェミンのシーンご覧いただきます。2日連続で石山キックアウト、ヤンジェミン今日スリーポイントありました。ここも打っていく、決まりました。
それに近いような、このチームには、このチームになったらこうっていうディフェンスのシステムができてきてますね。
そして入ってきたばかりのマクヘンリー、スリーポイント決めてきました。ヤンジェミン、マッキーがついてますが、ヤンジェミン
いきましたね。
19得点目。
狙うか、ホーキンソン経由する、外から行きました。ヤンジェミン決めてくる、来ましたね。ビッグラインナップの信州、ヤンジェミン、ヤンジェミンのシュート決まった。いいですね、ミスマッチつきましたね。
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half here of the B-League fixture between our hosts, Sunrockers Shibuya and the Chiba Jets. Right now, Chiba Jets making a little bit of a comeback into this game, but they still trail by 8 points. There you can see right now they are 15 for 24 from within inside the rainbow, but the Sunrockers Shibuya shooting a very impressive 50% from downtown, as they're now 7 for 14 from the perimeter, and really have been dominating this game. Well, there you can see some of our leaders, of course. I mean, look at that for stats right there. Ryan Kelly with 12 points. Charles Jackson with 11, and not to mention Kosuke Ishii leading the way. But at the moment right now, Sebastian Saiz, who had a bit of a tough second quarter, him and Yuki Togashi, along with Gavin Edwards, at the moment, really being the only force for the Chiba Jets. The Chiba Jets are second right now here in the West. And they do need other players to step in and step up. Well, tempo is going to be very, very key here, of course, in the second half, but it just makes you start to wonder what kind of start they're going to come out here. We will find out very, very shortly. Well, the starting lineups, I wonder how these two teams here will start the second half. I mean, in the beginning of the game, Sebastian Saiz was starting along with Gavin Edwards. Josh Duncan as well came in and played some good minutes. I mean, Duncan right now is averaging 13 points per game here in the B-League. They probably just need to get him going a little bit better down the low block. But there you can see the man of the hour, Ryan Kelly, shooting very well from the perimeter. But Action Jackson there, Mr. Charles Jackson. Really, you got to credit his defense at the moment. His defense is allowing him to get out in transition and play the style that he wants to play. Well, now we get things underway here as the Hitachi Sunrockers try quick from the perimeter. No good from downtown. A rebound by Sebastian Saiz. Yuki Togashi now with the ball. Goes down the middle now with a little finger roll. Gets all the way to the basket. Strong move by Sato Takuma. Well, Takuma there found a little bit of an opening and just was able to make that penetration. Under the basket now to Jackson. Jackson gets caught, but another foul's been called. Well, the foul has been called on Takuma as Charles Jackson got caught in a double team. I say double team, that's a triple team right there. Well, they know every time that Charles Jackson gets the ball, he's going to try and back down and isolate the low block. So at that point, Jackson's got to kick the ball out to some of the shooters on the perimeter. A turnover. Oh, Leo Vendrame there, you can see just over dribbled the ball. Well, he only averages just under 2 turnovers per game, Leo Vendrame, but again, another chance. But now the Chiba Jets turn it back over. Well, sloppy play there from a player you least expect to be very sloppy in Yuki Togashi, one of the top players for the Japanese national team. As now Leo Vendrame will inbound the ball here for the Sunrockers Shibuya. Kelly now on the ball. Kicks this one out. Vendrame tries from downtown. Vendrame tucks it away. Well, 27 years of age, and again, shooting with a lot of confidence on the perimeter. Right now, the offensive press coming from the Sunrockers becoming a bit of a problem for the Chiba Jets. Well, at that point, somebody's got to get open and try and get the ball inbound, but 9-point lead to the hosts. Remember, both these two teams in a very good position to make the playoffs, depending if they finish in the top 3 or not, as Togashi splits the defense. Those baseline strong move, beautifully played. Well, Shuta Hara made the backdoor cut. The assist coming for Yuki Togashi-san. Vendrame now kicks this one out in the corner. Well, Kelly guarded by Sebastian Saiz. Down low to Jackson, gets a deflection off Sebastian Saiz, so will be baseline ball now to the Sunrockers Shibuya. A foul again off the ball, and again it's a hard knock, and I think they're going to call that one on Sebastian Saiz again. Watch Saiz here. Saiz just gives an unnecessary knock here to Jackson right there. Oh, no, it's not. My apologies. It's actually on Sato Takuma. So my apologies to Sebastian Saiz. I felt the knock was from him, but Kelly now. You cannot leave him wide open. And that time he finally misses. And now Togashi with lightning speed. Looks like he's going to push this one. Well, why not now? Duncan tries from downtown, and Duncan nails it. Well, Josh Duncan doesn't take many three-pointers, but he does average 13 points per game, and he cuts it down now to a 4-point ball game. Well, this is the problem now the Chiba Jets have. They get within touching distance, but at some point, every time they get too close, Sunrockers take a bigger lead. The three is in the corner, can't get it. Secures a rebound, and now Saiz comes up with it. Well, this is the closest that the Chiba Jets have had it at 4 points throughout this game. Question is, can they go a little bit further? Togashi pulls up in the mid-range, and Yuki Togashi said, "Arigato gozaimasu." He pulls up for the mid-range. Well, I'm not sure if you've seen Yuki Togashi play in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers where he did a 360 layup, but this is just a beautiful play. Coming off the screen, finds the mid-range and knocks down the jump shot. So right now it's a 2-point ball game as Chiba Jets just trying to get back into this one. Remember, they were down by as many as 12 points, but have just been able to cut this back down to a 2-point deficit. Sunrockers now in the hands of Ryan Kelly. Well, Ryan Kelly again trying to be more of a facilitator here in the second half. So they go down low to Jackson. Jackson backs down, kicks it out, spins out, goes baseline. Tries a reverse layup, goes out of bounds, turns it over. Well, great defense there by Josh Duncan. Well, Duncan did everything right in that situation, kept both hands up. As we mentioned in the first half when he got the foul called against him, one of his hands was high and the other one was just in the back of Charles Jackson. But that time, no mistake whatsoever from Duncan. Hara now goes down the middle. Hara with a finger on Hara, ties the game up. And right now, Chiba Jets come right back into this game. And now it's time for the Sunrockers to respond here with Jackson on the ball. Kelly now guarded heavily by Sebastian Saiz. Gives the ball up to Leo Vendrame. Vendrame comes off one screen. Vendrame, time and space, pulls the shot. In and out, doesn't get it. And now Chiba Jets with a chance to take the lead here. Well, the ball in the hands of Togashi. Togashi down the middle. Togashi with the mid-range has to give this one up. I turn it over. Well, Saiz there had the shot. Now, question is, well, that's not the first time it's been a very aggressive foul there. I would not be surprised to see that be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul because Sato Takuma makes no attempt to play the ball. But that's his third personal foul of the game. Now the officials are going to go and review this one. I would personally upgrade that to an unsportsmanlike foul because it's in transition. Sato Takuma's got no way of playing the ball. The foul does come from, here's a replay. Watch it from the side. I mean, that's an unsportsmanlike foul. That's going to be 2 free throws to Leo Vendrame. And Sunrockers should get the ball back. It's a careless foul to give away there by Sato Takuma. Regular foul. Well, interesting. The officials have just called a regular foul, so we'll be sideline ball now to Sunrockers Shibuya. Well, this is where now Sunrockers Shibuya, who have had the lead for the majority of this game, will try to build some more momentum going forward. Nandrami kicks this one out. The three is from downtown. No good. Well, the offensive rebound. Great job there by Ryan Kelly. Just able to put a hand to the ball. Kelly now down the middle. Has to kick this one out. Goes all the way. Dish off to Jackson. Jackson can't keep it alive, but it goes out of bounds. And it will be Chiba Jets ball here on the baseline. Saiz now gets this one inbound. Comes up one screen now, dishes down low to Duncan. Duncan, a bit of contact, no foul called. And you can see the entire Chiba Jets bench come right up because they are infuriated. They felt a foul should have been called there against Charles Jackson on the block, but nothing was called, so we'll be sideline ball now to Sunrockers Shibuya. Well, coming back into the game is Watanabe for the Sunrockers. Well, Ryunosuke Watanabe coming off the bench, only averages 3 points per game this season for the Sunrockers Shibuya. Kelly now has had a quiet second half, spins around, beautiful move, he's got to make it. Tough play, couldn't get it. And now Chiba Jets with a third chance here to take the lead. With the ball in the hands of Togashi. Togashi down the middle, kicks this one out. They get the three in the corner, the three is up, the three is good from downtown Takuma Sato. And all of a sudden, Chiba Jets take the lead for the first time in this game. Now Jackson in the low block, got it by Duncan. Tries to dish off pass, almost got it intercepted. Reverse layup, can't get it. Kicked out. Kelly with a pump fake. Pulls up in the mid-range. Well, he has gone cold in this quarter. Jackson goes to the offensive rebound. He wants a foul. Nothing's going to get called. But Charles Jackson now keeping Sunrockers Shibuya in this game. Togashi now, he'll pull up from downtown. Yuki Togashi, arigato gozaimasu. Well, probably the best guard on the court steps up and hits a big-time three-pointer. Kicks this one out now to Ryan Kelly. Kelly looking to isolate. Kelly steps back, takes a tough three. Oh, my Lord. Oh, domo arigato gozaimasu, Ryan Kelly-san. Ryan Kelly with the and one three-pointer. Oh, look at this. Takes a huge step back. Ichi, ni, Sam, 1, 2, 3 points, but he's going to go to the free throw line now to make it a 4-point play. The former Duke University Blue Devil makes a 4-point play, dagger to the heart of the Chiba Jets, but what a play there by Ryan Kelly. Togashi now hesitation, kicks this one out, turns it over. Now a bit of transition play here from the Sunrockers. Ryan Kelly thought about taking the three-pointer. Tries to isolate, steps back from the mid-range, can't get it. Togashi comes over, now he has the open court, but nobody running with him. Togashi looking for options, kicks this one down low. Duncan backs down against McAdoo, turns around, jump hook, can't get it. Ryan Kelly with a rebound. Kelly with a handoff. Kelly from downtown can't get it. Another offensive rebound. Right now, Yuki Togashi fighting for the ball. As Gavin Edwards comes up with it. Edwards goes baseline now, finds Shannon short. Short kicks this one out. Good ball movement. Edwards got to be a charge. Blocking foul. That's a good call by the official, actually, because you see where the contact was made. Ryan Kelly, I believe he's... Now watch here. Here's the backdoor play. Shannon goes baseline, kicks this one out. Now watch Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly's going to be inside. Wow. Actually, I take back what I said. It looked like Ryan Kelly was outside the semicircle. But the 2 free throws now will be shot for Gavin Edwards. Now, a little bit of trash talk going on between Ryan Kelly and the Chiba Jets bench, and I think the officials have called a technical foul. Ryan Kelly. Well, Ryan Kelly just needs to calm down right now. I think the officials are going to review this, but it's going to be a technical foul, I believe, called on Ryan Kelly. Possibly a double technical, because there was a bit of talking going on from both sets of players. But right now, coaches just need to step in and calm things down. Well, Kelly's just a competitor right now, but you can see how frustrated he feels, because he was definitely outside the semicircle when they called the blocking foul on him. But at that point, something I believe was said from the Chiba Jets bench to him that needs to calm down. So Ryan Kelly is just going to go to the bench, take a breather after receiving a technical foul. So I think it's going to be 2 free throws, of course, to Gavin Edwards for the previous blocking foul called, and then an extra 1 free throw for the technical foul. Well, Gavin Edwards, now originally from Gilbert, Arizona, played his university basketball at UConn, graduating in 2010. Starting his professional career in South Korea at Anyang KGC before making the move out to Europe, where he started in Ukraine, also playing in Greece with Peristeri BC. But actually came back to Asia in Malaysia, playing for the Westport KL Dragons, making his move to the B-League back in 2013. But right now makes both free throws and gives the Chiba Jets a 2-point lead right now here with just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Now Jackson in the low block. Tries to back down, goes around Duncan, can't get it. Duncan with a rebound. And defensively there, Chiba Jets just survived the attack there from Charles Jackson. Pick and pop now. Duncan, well, thought about taking the 3-pointer, doesn't take it. Duncan backs now, goes to work. Oh, he missed it again. Jackson with a rebound. Takuma Sato Takuma, excuse me. My apologies to Sato Takuma. Gets called for the foul. Well, it's a good move there. He's got to tuck that one away, but watch Takuma come from behind. No chance of getting the rebound, but gets called for the foul. Well, Yoshiaki Fujinaga comes back into the game for the Chiba Jets as Charles Jackson steps up to the free throw line to take the free throws. One-point ball game now, as the Chiba Jets, who have been trailing for the majority of this game now, lead by 1 point. Edwards now tries a fadeaway in the low block, doesn't get it. Sebastais tries to go, but Charles Jackson yet again with a big rebound. Now Leo Vendrame finds Jackson. Jackson, a bit of contact off the backboard. Well, Charles Action Jackson makes a count in transitions. He gives the Sunrockers Shibuya a 1-point lead now, which forces the Chiba Jets into a timeout. Well, Chiba Jets, of course, led by Sebastais along with Gavin Edwards and Josh Duncan. Not to mention Yuki Togashi, for me, who's been the best backcourt player in this game. Fujinaga also coming in. He'll play the backcourt role as Togashi's gone to the bench. Did rally, and they were down by as many as 12 points this game, but they did come back and take a 1-point lead. But right now, Edwards, a bit of contact, and he puts him back up by 1. Well, that's a strong move there by Gavin Edwards, able to seal off his man in the low block and just make that contact. Remember, the Hitachi Sunrockers, Ryan Kelly had to go to the bench after picking up a technical foul, but stays on the bench as Leo Vendrame comes off one screen. Vendrame gets a handoff now in the lane. Vendrame goes in with it. Somehow, some way, Leo Vendrame makes a acrobatic circus shot. I don't know how he made that one, but that was a tough move by Leo Vendrame. Shannon Shorter now has to get the ball over the court. Gets a handoff now. Tough move now in the lane. Bit of comp ball. Someone's open. Someone's got to shoot it. Saiz now tries to back down against McAdoo. Takes a tough shot. Can't get it. And there's a bit of a contact, and I think Charles Jackson's taking a knock to the face. I think it was on the rebound here. Here's the... I think it was just a slight little shot to the face. Nothing intentional, of course, but Charles Jackson... Again, if you know something about Charles Jackson when he played in Europe, he's one of the toughest players you can have on your team. And I think he just took a shot to the lip there, which is quite painful, but it looks like he's going to be okay. And that's the kind of player that Charles Jackson is. He's just tough as nails. Hand up now with Vendrame. Well, Vendrame goes down to his right, puts up a tough finger. Leo Vendrame has taken this game over. Well, he gives a 3-point lead now to the Sunrockers Shibuya, but right now, Chiba Jets could go 2 for 1 here. Another turnover. Oh, Shuta Hara did not expect the ball coming to him in the baseline, but so now Leo Vendrame, who's had a very, very good third quarter with the ball in his hands. 12 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock now. Vendrame now on the ball. He's going to have to get something going. We're under 4 on the shot clock. Vendrame puts up another tough one, draws a foul. And now he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots and a chance now to put Sunrockers Shibuya up by 5 points. looks like they're going to bring back in Yuki Togashi for these last 13.5 seconds, probably just to get the ball in his hands because they know how quick and explosive he can be. To try and get a last shot as Leo Vendrame makes the first free throw. Well, Vendrame, another player that we've seen for the Japanese national team in the FIBA World Cup and Asia Cup qualifying. Makes it 2 for 2 for the charity stripe. And they're going to put him on the bench now, probably just to keep him, refrain from him getting another foul here at the end of the third quarter. Going to try and get the ball to the hands of Togashi. We get to Saiz now, but Shorter's going to have to bring the ball up over the half court. Shannon Shorter now trying to isolate. Onto 5 seconds now. Shorter in the lane. Shorter wrap around and Shannon Shorter right at the end of the third quarter. Tough move. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in this Western Conference B-League fixture between the Chiba Jets, who are second in the West, against the Hitachi Sunrockers of Shibuya. Currently in that fourth place, they are in the lead here, 64-61, led by Leo Vendrame there at the end of the third quarter. Well, Leo Vendrame, of course, ending the third quarter very, very well. I mean, look at the moves he had so far here. Handoff play here coming from Charles Jackson, but every time that Vendrame had the ball in his hands, he just made things happen. Coming off one screen, watch the finger roll. Tough play here. I mean, this is what you call Totemo Muzukashi Desne in Japanese, a very difficult move. As we've seen Vendrame play for the national team time and time again. It looks like he's going to stay on the bench for Sunrockers at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Interesting now for the Chiba Jets. It looks like Fumio Nishimura is going to start the fourth quarter here with them in the backcourt along with Shannon Shorter. So I just wonder why they're taking Yuki Togashi back to the bench, but another foul has been called. It's a bit of a silly foul to give away there. Foul has been called on Kenta Hirose. Handoff time one more time now. Edwards comes off a screen in the lane, puts up a tough layup and got it. Well, Shuta Hara there made a strong penetration going to the basket. Now here's where the Sunrockers Shibuya have been very dangerous in this game. All the way, no help side defense. I missed a wide open layup. And again, no Ryan Kelly on the court here for the Sunrockers. Shannon Shorter left wide open from downtown. Way off the mark, can't get it. Saiz secures an offensive rebound. Well, Charles Jackson doesn't do his job very well by boxing out Sebastian Saiz, and it could cost him hit. And Shorter draws another foul, and that's a second team foul already against the Sunrockers Shibuya. Well, the foul is on Watanabe. Right there, second reach on the ball. Well, now Ryan Kelly back into the game. Must have heard my complaint, of course, here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Shorter fades away off the backboard, can't get it. And that would have given the Chiba Jets a 1-point lead. Looks for a handoff now. Comes off one screen now. Tries to hesitate. Let's kick it out now to Kelly. We're under 5 on the shot clock now. Kelly down the middle. Kelly puts up a little floater. Doesn't get it. Rebound by Sebastian Saiz. And now Chiba Jets with another chance here to take the lead. Well, Shuto Hara at times has looked a little bit unconfident with the ball in his hands. Almost turns it over, but Edwards has got a few seconds. Goes baseline. Edwards all the way. Gets the and one. And Gavin Edwards is going to go to the free throw line now to make a three-point play. And that gets the entire Chiba Jets bench up, and away with a bit of confidence. As we mentioned with Gavin Edwards, one of the top primetime players so far. Remember, originally from Gilbert, Arizona, played at the University of Connecticut, started his professional career in the Korean Basketball League for Anyang KGC as he makes a three-point play. And it's now a 2-point lead to the Chiba Jets. Well, McAdoo's been very quiet in this game. They probably just need a little bit of inspiration from him just to get things going. Well, push off there from McAdoo. Nothing called, of course. Comes off one screen now, looking for a hesitation. Well, they got the mismatch down low. McAdoo has got to get the ball. Well, McAdoo had Shuta Hara guarding him, and they didn't get the ball to him, so they try to inbound the ball now. Yamauchi had to get the one up. The three is up, way off the mark. Edwards with a rebound. And Edwards now looking to have to push it himself as his team have a 2-point lead here. Well, I felt he had his foot over the halfway court there, but nothing called. Edwards fakes, kicks this one out. Hara, three, corner. Can't get it. Well, Morihisa Yamauchi gives this one up. Good ball movement now. Kelly pump fakes. Kelly forces up a tough three, way off the mark. That's a poor shot. He was looking for the foul, but nothing was called. Under the basket. Beautiful fast break basketball as Gavin Edwards finishes off with a finger roll. The Chiba Jets now with their biggest lead of the night of 4 points. And right now, Sunrockers Shibuya have to respond. Tough layup, can't get it. But Yamauchi there. Again, winning with the trees. And well, I think an unsportsmanlike foul might be called here. Well, watch here, because Fumio Nishimura, McAdoo like drags him. Wow. I think the officials will review this one. I mean, to me, that's an unsportsmanlike foul, but again, the officials have a better view and a better perspective than I do, of course, but well, no unsportsmanlike foul has been called. Again, they're going to call it a regular foul. So Hara now looking for a handoff under the basket. They turn it over. Kicks this one forward. Kelly transition. Kelly throws it down. A bit of showtime there by Sunrockers Shibuya as they cut it back down to a 2-point ball game. Down the middle now. Bit of contact. No foul. Well, the foul has been called, so Josh Duncan will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. The foul is on Charles Jackson. Well, there's the contact there by Jackson. Jackson winning with 2 hands. Duncan there, you can see a little bit frustrated with himself. But right now, just needs to keep his composure. 6:29 to go in the fourth quarter. The Chiba Jets are in lead, man. They have been trailing for the majority of this game. So he steps up and hits a second one. Gives him a 3-point lead. We're dealing with the pressure now. He can tie the game up with the three-pointer. Gets it to drop. Well, Ryan Kelly took the three-pointer. Got a little drop on the ring. Tucks it away. We got a tie game now. 69 apiece. Sai's now looking for a handoff. Finds Nishimura. Well, Sai's calling for the ball, but Jackson's coming. But a foul has been called, so it will be baseline ball to Chiba Jets. I think there was a hold on the jersey there, but again, they've gone with a defensive foul. Leo Vendrame's also checked back into the game now. Now, excuse me, it's not 14 fouls. They are in the penalty, so every time Chiba Jets get fouled from now on, they will be going to the charity stripe. Saiz makes the first one. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the slight technical difficulties we just had there, but right now, of course, the Chiba Jets is stepping up big time with Gavin Edwards with a big three-pointer from downtown. Again, this game has gone back and forth at the moment. Remember, if you've just joined us, Shibuya Sunrockers now currently sitting in the 4th place of the Western Conference, while Chiba Jets in 2nd place is the top 3 from each conference that make the playoffs with 2 wild cards, but wild cards now looking to go in favor of the Western Conference due to the records that these teams have. And it was Gavin Edwards who stepped up and hit a big-time three-pointer. Right now, they're just lighting it up from downtown. Well, these are big three-pointers at the moment because it's now a 2-point lead to the Sunrockers. Shibuya, but in the back post. Duncan makes a bit of contact. Can't get it. Big rebound by Charles Jackson. The foul has been called now on Gavin Edwards. Here's the back down play here by Josh Duncan. Duncan with a bit of contact there. No foul called. Jackson with a rebound. So now Leo Vendrame will bring the ball up here. Comes up to Ryan Kelly. Kelly looking for a handoff. Beautiful basketball. Vendrame with a layup. And all of a sudden, Chiba Jets have to call timeout. Because at the moment, Sunrockers Shibuya taking control of this game. Well, welcome back now, ladies and gentlemen, here to the final stages of the 4th quarter. Right now, Sunrockers Shibuya with a 4-point lead. Chiba Jets with the ball in their hands as Yuki Togashi checks back into the game. Cross-court pass now. He has struggled from the perimeter. This time he steps up big time. Well, Shuta Hara hitting a big 3-point shot, turning it to a 1-point ball game. So now they'll try to push this one. And they lay it up right there. Yuki Togashi taking this game over. Now it's a 1-point lead here to the Chiba Jets. foul has been called. Well, there was the play by Leo Vendrame, drawing the foul there against Yuki Togashi. We know what a tough player Yuki Togashi is to try and beat off the dribble. Vendrame comes up one screen. Vendrame dishes it out. Well, they get a three in the corner. The three is up, just too strong, goes out of bounds. And it will be Chiba Jets balls. They lead this one by 1 point. They'll try the double team there, but Shutahara just able to deal with the pressure. Tries the backdoor play. Togashi with the mid-range, and Yuki Togashi again one more time. This guy is simply unstoppable with the mid-range. Well, Togashi there, of course, stepping up big time there, giving a 3-point lead. Well, now Kelly's got to make it. Kelly from downtown gets the drop, and somehow, some way, Ryan Kelly makes it count. Lane now tries to dish off, goes out of bounds. Keep it alive under the basket, reverse it. Oh, he missed the layup. Well, Josh Duncan. Vendrame now pick and pop with Kelly. Kelly looking to get the ball. But a foul has been called against Yuki Togashi. Vendrame tried to go pick and pop there. Right there, just drew back against Ryan Kelly, hence why the foul was called. 1:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Sideline ball now to the Sunrockers Shibuya as Ryan Kelly looks to attack. Kelly turns around, fades away in the mid-range. Ryan Kelly taking this game over. He is just putting on a clinic. He has 30 points so far. Simply unstoppable. Chiba Jets now down by 2 points. Tries a love pass there, finds Duncan. Duncan puts it away. Well, Josh Duncan stepping up big time there. And it's a tie ball game now with just over a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Remember, top of the Western Conference fixture between the Sunrockers and the Jets. Now Kelly here, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Looks like he's going to spot up from the perimeter. Kelly steps back. Ayasu minasai. Ryan Kelly said, arigato gozaimasu. Well, Ryan Kelly, 33 points this game, is taking it over as he gives Sunrockers Shibuya a 3-point lead, 87-84. Togashi tries to pick and pop now with Duncan. Duncan backs down under the basket. A foul is going to be called against Charles Jackson. Now, Jackson very persistent to say that he didn't make any contact. I felt there should have been a charge called there, but they felt there was a trip by Charles Jackson. So it's going to be 2 free throws now to Josh Duncan. Well, he missed the first one, and again, that's huge right now with 44.7 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Well, again, Josh Duncan does not want to look back on this game and think that these free throws could have had something to do with the outcome of this game. I mean, professional basketball, you just got to step up and make these right now. He goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And now it's a 2-point deficit. Plenty of time left. Sunrockers Shibuya, again, probably want to run this one down the shot clock and get a good shot hit. Or anything else, put the ball in the hands of Ryan Kelly. Handoff now of Vendrame. Vendrame now finds Kelly. Kelly takes a tough shot. Ryan Kelly taking this game over. And right now, 4-point lead with 23 seconds to go. It has been the Ryan Kelly show. 35 points. This guy has come ready to play. I mean, look, it's like a Dirk Nowitzki here in the low block. The fadeaway on Yuki Togashi. So Ryan Kelly, of course, now leading the way in this game for the Sunrockers and leads all scorer. And, of course, with 35 points, I mean, he's just had such an unbelievable game. Really has taken it over. Now, the question is, for the Chiba Jets, do you go for a three-pointer right now with 23.1 seconds left, or do you go for a quick two and try to get a steal or send him to the free throw line? Gavin Edwards, number 21's had a decent game so far, but right now, the question is, you want to put the ball in the hands of Yuki Togashi, try and draw the defense, or draw a double team someone, free someone up from the perimeter. You have to go with the best option at the moment. Well, Yuto Hara had the look, didn't get it. Edwards with a rebound. Edwards forces up a three-pointer. You just got to ask yourself, did the Chiba Jets go for the right option? Ryan Kelly gets fouled now. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. So now 2 free throws to Kelly. He can now push his tally up to 37 points. I mean, he has been unbelievable in this game. Really has taken control. So he makes the first one. Well, the former Duke University Blue Devil, NCAA champion back in 2010. Hits a 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us here in Tokyo, Japan, as Yuki Togashi tries to throw up one last shot. But at the end of this game, Sunrockers Shibuya win it 91-85 over the Chiba Jets here in this Western Conference fixture of the Japanese B-League. Again, looks like a little bit more trash talk has been going on between Ryan Kelly and the Chiba Jets bench. I think they just need to separate the players and get him out of it because it was a great game of basketball. Yuki Togashi, as always, as we've seen him do with the national team, putting on an unbelievable performance. But it just wasn't enough. They could come up with a good shot at the end as the players pay their homage and respect to the home crowd. Big win for the home team. Well, coaching staff now and players, again, showing their respects. We'll leave the arena. So just take a look at some of the stats and key highlights from this game. And what an unbelievable atmosphere it was. Ryan Kelly, 37 points. Unbelievable performance. Putting on a showcase.
富山のゲーム2に、負けて、いよいよ崖っぷちに立っておりますサンロッカーズ渋谷でございます。今日はリクシルさんのオレンジのユニフォームに力を借りて、ファンの皆さんの応援のおかげで勝てました。引き続きタフな状況ですけど、前だけを向いて突き進むだけですので、ファンの皆さんもついてきてください。応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。さあ、今シーズンは株式会社リクシルより活躍した選手へ賞賛の意味を込めてリクシル賞が贈られることになりますが、今節はなんとリクシル賞30万円です。
Well, the head coach, of course, saying on behalf of his players at Sunrockers Shibuya that after the loss against Toyama, this was a big game for them and they had to win.
よろしくお願いします。本日は冠スポンサー、そしてゲームパートナーとしても支えていただきました瀬戸様、いつもありがとうございます。
And of course, wearing the new orange uniform sponsored by LAXIL. Big time performance now for the Sunrockers Shibuya. But the important thing for them is, of course, as the coach is saying, looking on to the next games and looking in new ways to pick up more victories and assert themselves as a higher position here in the Western Conference of the B-League. Remember, Western Conference, very competitive here in Japanese B-League basketball. Ryan Kelly, obviously MVP of the game, 37 points. Unbelievable shooting performance from Ryan Kelly.
非常に接戦でした。そして第1クォーターからジェッツにすごいプレッシャーも与えたゲームという感じもしましたけれども、率直な気持ちで今回の試合振り返ってみていかがですか。
First of all, thank you all for coming. I'm just proud of my teammates. We fought today for all 40 minutes, and that's what we try and do. We try and fight for our fans, fight for each other, and I think we did that tonight for 40 minutes.
まず最初に会場にいるファンの皆さん、今日は足を運んでいただきありがとうございます。ここにいるチームメイトのことを本当に誇りに思いますし、このチームメイトでまとまって40分間戦おうということを意識して、今日の試合に臨みました。
本当に素晴らしい試合でした。
Well, obviously there you can see Ryan Kelly putting in a fabulous performance here, but more importantly, acknowledging how great his teammates were for him and what a great team he's on. Looking forward for the future. Ryan Kelly, just a spectacular player here, but you got to pay homage to his teammates as well. Charles Jackson, Kosuke Ishii, along with Leo Vendrame. Vendrame, unbelievable.
I try and do what helps our team win. My teammates have a lot of trust in me to make shots in key situations. I don't always make them, but I do sometimes, and tonight I did. So I'm just happy that we got the win.
4ピリ後半ですね、シュート決めたシーンに関して言えば、チームメイトがいつも本当に毎回言ってるんですけども、本当にいいパス、いいアシストをくれて、たまにやっぱり外してしまうこともあるんですけども、その中でずっとチームメイトが信頼してくれてパスをくれるので、そこは思いっきりシュートを打ちました。自分がシュートを決めることに関して言えば、チームメイトがの功績です。
はい、ありがとうございます。さあ、そしてこの勝利、チャンピオンシップに向けて非常に大きな勝利となりました。そのチャンピオンシップに向けての抱負、そしてを教えていただきたいと思いますけれども。
We're just taking it one game at a time. Every win counts, every game counts. If we keep winning, we'll put ourselves in a position to compete in the playoffs. So obviously that's the ultimate goal, but we're taking it one game at a time.
毎試合毎試合、これからの試合、本当に大事になってくると思います。チャンピオンシップ出場に向けて、まず目の前にある試合を全力で集中して臨んで、そこからまた一つ一つ進んでいきたいと思います。
さあ、来週はレバンガ北海道との一戦になりますけれども、その試合に向けての抱負ももしよければお願いしたいと思いますけれども。
Well, the big question now coming from the interview is that for the Sunrockers Shibuya, the biggest thing for them is winning
No, just come out and compete.
The playoffs.
Like I said, it's one game at a time. We'll use the next 2 days to rest and prepare, and go out there and compete and try and get a win.
先ほども言った通り、一試合一試合、まず目の前にある試合にしっかり臨んでいきたいと思います。またしっかり体を休んで、土曜日に試合があるので、そこに、全力で、臨みたいと思います。
さあ最後の質問になりますけれども、力士賞見事30万円当たりましたけれども、これはどういうふうにお使いになりますか？
I'm going to spend it on my teammates with some dinner, maybe. We'll do that. How does that sound good?
チームメイトで、このお金を一緒にシェアして使いたいと思います。
はい、ありがとうございました。見事力士賞を受賞しました34番ライアン・ケリー選手のクラクションを送ってください。そしてサンドカーズの皆さんには大きな拍手を。
Well, obviously a question there was going to be how to spend the winning money that he got there for being the MVP of the game, but of course you got to understand Ryan Kelly right now very focused on his team and trying to get to the playoffs, and who knows, maybe to bring the championship home. That's just the kind of world-class player that he is, and again, being on a world-class team for the Sunrockers Shibuya. Well, there's Leo Vendrame, of course, and what a game he had. Not to mention, we've seen him play like this for the national team of Japan. Just a real primetime player, of course, making things happen on and off the bench. Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we'll show you some of the highlights here from the game and some of the most spectacular plays, but what an atmosphere it was here live in Shibuya, Tokyo. Imagine that man put down 37 points. He really came off the bench and, started the game and came off on fire. Yuki Togashi as well, putting in a big performance along with Sebastian Saiz and Gavin Edwards. Josh Dunkey coming up big too, but players such as Akaho and Fujinaga coming off the bench for the Chiba Jets just wasn't enough for the visitors. There you can see the home side. The Sunrockers players doing the lap of appreciation to the fans, and that's what you have to love about Japanese basketball here in the B-League. The great community-based relationships between the players, coaches, and the fans and the spectators, because the players and everybody involved in the game put on such a great performance here for the spectators, and that's what makes B-League basketball just a great atmosphere. If you're lucky to go to these games all over the country. In the north, you got teams such as Niigata Albirex. In the south, you've got Vess Osaka. But right now, here in the capital, Sunrockers Shibuya putting on a great atmosphere and a great show as they defeated the Chiba Jets. And the Chiba Jets, one of the top teams, of course, in B-League history. And that was the final result there. And that's what you have to love, the appreciation the players give the spectators, because the fans being very loyal, turning up to every game, showing their appreciations. And there is the signature, of course, coming from Ryan Kelly, Mr. 37 points. Arigato gozaimasu, Kelly-san. Well, Ryan Kelly, obviously a big fan favorite here at Shibuya, Tokyo. And the Sunrockers now. So we'll just show you some highlights from the game, of course, and show you some of the stats. There are the mascots from both teams. Well, the atmosphere was just unbelievable. Of course, Yuki Togashi, along with Sebastian Saiz, putting on a clinic here in the first half. Sebastian Saiz did have a okay night, but of course, Charles Axon Jackson there in transition, showing his capabilities and what he could do. Running the court in. Fast break as well, doing it on both ends of the court. Togashi there kicking off to Yuta Hara. Hara there with the backdoor play, and again, a beautiful setup there. Both backcourt players. That was the key thing, of course, there. Vendrame kicking this one out. Good perimeter shooting. They did shoot the ball 50% from downtown in the first half, but Sunrockers Shibuya really making the most of their perimeter shooting. Charles Jackson there in transition along with Ryan Kelly. They turned the ball over. Great defense. Well, defensive effort there from Fujinaga. Coming up with a layup in transition. Great play there by the young Japanese guard. That was the alley-oop time. Ryan Kelly throwing it down. Ryan Kelly Airlines. Well, Kelly just making a count there very well in transition, but this is a big throwdown duck, of course, by Gavin Edwards with a monster jam. Edwards now with a handoff here with Togashi. Togashi with double crossover. Now we'll look at the pull-up here. 3 crossovers if you like that tripod crossover. Nailing that one. Tough shot by Yuki Togashi-san. A bit of a turnover. Now I think in this play, McAdoo lost his tooth for that one out. It's very painful. So he's going to have to make a trip to the dentist there to get that sorted out. Well, Vendrame, of course, stepping up big time and hitting the big three-pointer. Leo Vendrame coming alive in the third quarter for Sunrockers Shibuya. It's Togashi there. Almost turned it over, but kicked this one out. Big three-pointer coming from the side from Sato Takuma-san. Well, Togashi just so explosive and so quick with the ball in his hand, stepping up and hitting the big three-pointer. And that's the kind of player that Yuki Togashi is. Finds a bit of time and space, but again, this man, look at the step back here, the and one three-pointer. And one. Stepping up big time. Ichiri-san kudasai. Ryan Kelly-san. Of course, there, the backboard shot there coming from Charles Jackson. That's what you expect from Charles Jackson, to run the floors. There you can see McAdoo just struggling with tooth coming out of his mouth. Well, look at this from Edwards there. That's the M1, and the Chiba Jets players getting off the bench, showing the intensity. No foul there, Corbett. Again, short of giving off in transition. Beautiful fast break basketball. Again, it's that man, Gavin Edwards, running the transition. He just can't leave Ryan Kelly open. Pump fakes off the dribble. Gets it to drop. Kelly hitting the big top three-pointer. Turns it over, and Kelly with the interception gets his hand in the cookie jar. Throws it down. It's Ryan Kelly now making the most of transition basketball for the Sunrockers Shibuya. Kicking this one out. Again, a wide open look. Nails it. Roscoe Passe finds Shutahara. Hara, who struggled from the perimeter, stepped up big time to make the right three-pointer. Step back three yet again from that guy, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Automatic, Ryan Kelly-san. Well, here was the last shot, the dagger to the heart. Vendrame going pick and roll here. Watch Ryan Kelly-san there. Ayasu minasai. Ryan Kelly, dozo yoroshiku. Nice to meet you. And that was the end of the game, of course, there from Ryan Kelly, leading the Sunrockers Shibuya to a big victory over the Chiba Jets. Well, there you can see, of course, Sunrockers shooting 13 for 28 from the perimeter, 16 for 20 from the free throw line, and just under 50% from within the rainbow. Well, they were out rebounded by the Chiba Jets, 48-32, but that won't matter right now, of course, Because again, it's about the statistics. Of course, 13 3-point field goals does beat 7 3-point field goals, and that was the big difference in the game. Ryan Kelly shooting the ball very, very well from the perimeter. Well, 20 free throw attempts opposed to 13 is a big difference as well, because you thought with the size that Chiba Jets had, you might would have thought they could have got to the free throw line a lot more, but again, it just wasn't their night. Have to be a lot more aggressive. The difference with the Chiba Jets, yeah, we talk about the size, was 27 field goals from within the rainbow. You know, players such as Sebastian Saiz, Gavin Edwards, and Josh Dunk. It's a big team they've got. The difference in this game, of course, was Ryan Kelly. Or Ryan Kelly, of course, there you can see finishing with 34 points. Followed up by Gavin Edwards. Well, Gavin Edwards usually averages 12 points a game. But in this game, of course, he finishes with 18. That's a big, big difference. Of course, Leo Vendrame coming big in the third quarter. Charles Action Jackson starting things off very early for Sunrockers Shibuya. He played very well in the low block. Yuki Tagashi, of course, one of the most exciting backcourt players to watch here in B-League and Japanese basketball. We've seen him for the national team time and time again. Well, there are our top players. Is Yuto Hara finished the game with 13 points, along with Kosuke Ishii. Well, Kosuke Ishii, of course, usually averages about 7.1 points per game. He's a regular starter for the Sunrockers Shibuya, along with Shuta Hara as well. Well, Shuta Hara, his usual average is 6.2 points per game. But again, did step up big time and hit a three-pointer. There you can see the upcoming games, of course, coming here in the West and Eastern Conference here in the B-League. Well, Chiba Jets will be very disappointed because they came off the back of a very, very big victory against Niigata Albirex, in which they won 104-65. It was a complete blowout. Well, this is a big response from the Sunrockers Shibuya. Remember, in Game 2 of their fixture against Toyama Grouses, they lost 93-82. So it's another big bounce back for them. Well, the next game, of course, they'll be playing a doubleheader against Yokohama BC. So you can watch those games on the 17th and 18th of April for Sunrockers. They'll play back-to-back games against Yokohama, which will be very, very interesting to see how that plays out for them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us here in Tokyo, Shibuya. But for now, good night to you, Ayasumi Nasai, and God bless from the B-League.